Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. So which one was it? Were our farmers misled by the opposition politically, or were they let down by the centre, which prompted 31 farm unions of 2 states at least to march with nearly 1 lakh farmers on 5 highways towards Delhi? I want to quickly take you through what the route of the farmers have been, where they've been blocked right now. I also want to give you the latest information coming in as these farmers continue, and as I speak, the march continues. And what we are getting to know is that every barricade, they're going to pitch a tent where they have been stopped, and the agitation viewers will continue tomorrow morning. This farm agitation is not going anywhere. We continue to ask that question. Was it because our farmers are being played politically, they are being incited by the opposition, namely the Congress, the BJP says, or have they been just let down by the centre? Which one is it? With one clarion call of Chalo Delhi, 31 farmer unions from Punjab and Haryana, with thousands of farmers in tow, through 5 national highways, undeterred by water cannons, tear gas shelling and freezing temperatures, are marching towards the national capital. In tractors, in trolleys and other vehicles, to protest against the centre's contentious farm laws. Along with that, issues of MSP, Electricity Bill 2020, proposed fine on stubble burning, also on their agenda. All roads leading to Delhi blocked by the Haryana government and the Delhi police. The reason given, mass protests not allowed in COVID times. The farmers calling out the hypocrisy. If election rallies can be allowed, why not peaceful protests, resulting in an epic clash? While Agriculture Minister Narendra Tomar reassured farmers, inviting them for fresh talks.
चर्चा के माध्यम से ही रास्ते निकलते हैं। भारत सरकार चर्चा के लिए खुले मन से तैयार है। आंदोलन का रास्ता छोड़कर चर्चा के लिए सभी किसान यूनियन के लोग आएं, हम लोग जरूर उनसे बात करेंगे।
As farmers refuse to budge, politics has peaked. The BJP blaming the Congress for misleading farmers. The Haryana Chief Minister ML Khattar tweeting, he will leave politics if farmers are wronged. The Congress extracting maximum political mileage. Punjab Chief Minister Amrinder Singh taking on Khattar with the jibe of farmers' constitutional rights, let down on Constitution Day.
Now, you can't stop a person going to your capital city where parliament is and expressing their views. Why are you stopping them? Anytime you want to, and there's an agitation, people have been allowed to go there and had it. But unko rokna is going against the constitutional spirit and the spirit of freedom of speech of this country.
Caught in the middle as collateral is the Indian farmer. Tear gassed, soaked to the bone in the dead of winter, hoping, waiting, fighting to be heard. Bureau Report, India Today. I'd like to immediately cut to our political panelists this evening. I have Sudesh Verma from the Bharatiya Janata Party. I have Adil Singh Boparoy from the Congress. Very soon I'll be joined by Avik Saha. He's the national convener of Jai Kisan Andolan. As we speak, 31 farm unions with about 1 lakh of farmers are still trying to make their way towards the national capital. Beginning with you, Mr. Verma, you know, the reason given for why these farmers cannot peacefully come into the national capital was that it's a pandemic. But the fact is, the farm bills were passed in a pandemic, Mr. Verma. There were various political rallies which were organized during the pandemic. If you're talking about Haryana alone, Baroda went to polls, by polls, just about 15 days ago. 10 rallies from both sides. The BJP and the Congress were organized with many people there. So why this COVID hypocrisy and not allowing our farmers to come in and peacefully protest in Delhi?
You see, COVID is, of course, one of the reasons, but you must know, and if you just go back a few months back, then you'll see that earlier also such a decision was taken, that if you know, when such a big agitation happens, then naturally government takes precautionary measures, that you cannot allow Delhi to be seized by protesters just because they want to make a point. The government is aware of the points they want to make. and a window has been given that they can come out. Earlier also they came and spoke to the agriculture minister. You see, the law has been made. We are ready to explain to them the nitty-gritties of the law. It is for their benefits, but because of politically vested interests, there are certain people who do not want the agitation to just evaporate. They want the government to come down on the knees. This is not the way to go. You see,
Okay.
some decision has been taken for the good of the country.
Mr. Verma,
People
before I
should
go back,
understand that.
Okay, Mr. Verma, before I introduce Adil Singh Boparoy into this conversation, I want to ask you, these are not anti-nationals, which what you might suggest. The use of tear gas, the use of water cannons in the dead of winter, is that fair, sir? These are farmers.
No, we never said they're anti-nationals. We are not fools to utter those words. But definitely, you see, such tear gas and police action used to take place when Jantar Mantar used to be the demonstration site. Even some crowd of 1,000, 2,000, when you're not allowed, your permission has not been given, and if you want to agitate, then police resort to those. Because police want to stop you. And this is the most democratic things to happen in democracy. That people, how will the police stop? Tell me. You are breaking the barricades. Police are still.
But sir, okay, as I bring in, okay, Mr. Saha, as I bring in, Avik Saha as well, the national convener of Jai Kisan Andolan. The fact is, why should they be stopped? It's a peaceful protest. They want to come into Delhi to peacefully protest. Why stop them is the question. But having said that, Adil, if you'd bear with me, I just want to introduce Avik Saha, the national convener of Jai Kisan Andolan, into this conversation. Mr. Saha, would you put the premise straight? Why is it that the farmers are marching to Delhi? Number two, if some states, like the state of Punjab, and it's a question I'll pose to Mr. Boparoy as well, when the state itself has passed bills which negate the centre laws, then why all of this, sir?
May I first just demystify a few things about the police permission, because I'm also the ASCC, the organization that has given, that's one of the platforms that has given this call. I wrote to the Commissioner of Police asking for permission because his DCP had refused. I have not yet received a reply from the Commissioner of Delhi Police. So that there is no permission given is an incorrect fact. Now, you asked two questions. Why are they marching when their states have passed the bill? The farmers have been asking forever two things, and two very simple things. Give us remunerative price in a legal guaranteed form, and give us an environment, an ecology where we can go and get that price. The farmers are not saying the government has to purchase all the crops at MSP. This is a mistake that the ruling party is continuously making. We understand that the government will purchase only that which is required for the public distribution system. But we deserve an ecology where we get a legally guaranteed price for our produce. Everybody who's on salaried job, if you get an appointment letter where the salary is not mentioned, and they will say the market will determine your salary, how many people will want to work in those jobs? So this is a simple ask, and the reply with these three laws is not a reply to the asks. And that's the problem. And what the Punjab government has given, their laws, those are political posturings. There is a big question about whether the central government could have itself made these laws, but these are matters of law courts. Farmer on the ground is only interested in one thing: good price for his produce, correct price, a price that has been determined and has been recommended by the Indian Farmers Commission, the so-called Swaminathan Commission. And that's what the farmers are asking. The farmers are asking for you to implement your own committee's recommendations and to give a secure system. And if you say that the farmers have to depend on market dynamics, demand and supply, and you call that freedom, well, the American farmers have seen that freedom, the European farmers have seen that freedom, and they haven't really got any honey out of that freedom. So this story that these laws will revolutionize agriculture, will completely change the future of the farmer, is very, very stretched.
Mr. Saha, I'd urge you to stay on with me. I want to, I know Mr. Verma, you want to respond, but I want to bring in Adil Singh Boparoy as well into this conversation. Mr. Boparoy, in midst of all of this, it's seemingly being suggested that the Congress is trying to make a quick buck, extract maximum political mileage on the unrest of the farmers.
Preeti, the arrogance in the conduct of the Bharatiya Janata Party is reminiscent of the strong-arm tactics of General Dyer at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. This is exactly what the Bharatiya Janata Party is doing. What business does the Bharatiya Janata Party government have to stop peaceful protests? Aren't farmers citizens of this country? They pick up farmers, they detain them from near Majnu Ka Tilla Gurdwara. They lathi charge farmers. They use water cannons in the month of November where the temperature is as low as 18 degrees Celsius. They throw them into the canals. What kind of treatment is being meted out? I understand Mr. Narendra Modi, Mr. Amit Shah can't tell the difference between paddy and pulses. But is this what the Bharatiya Janata Party is going to resort to? You thrust a law on us. You come out with an ordinance in the middle of the pandemic. You thrust a law without consulting necessary stakeholders. Your own oldest ally, the Akali Dal, walks out of the alliance. And despite that, this government doesn't even have the empathy to listen to the farmers, to hear their concerns. What is this business of my way or the highway? And coming to what the Bharatiya Janata Party and their assurances and promises, this is a party and a government of liars. Do I need to remind you of the GST lie? It was the finance minister who said on the floor of the House, then the central government will fill in case of any gap. But it is common knowledge that the GST areas are being withheld. The prime minister of this country lied to the people about the Chinese intrusion. So obviously the farmers have genuine concerns that this is the first step towards the eradication and the elimination of the MSP. This is nothing but an implementation of the Shanta Kumar committee report. The Bharatiya Janata Party, and unfortunately I'm constrained to use these expressions, the Bharatiya Janata Party have become the touts of Ambanis and Adanis. They exist for the Adanis, by the Adanis, and of the Adanis.
All right.
They want to monopolize the entire agriculture sector and throw us farmers at the mercy of these corporates. We will never allow this.
All right, Mr. Boparai, I need to go back to Mr. Verma. He wanted to come back in a rebuttal. Appreciate you, holding that thought and not interrupting. Yes, Mr. Verma, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I do not want to comment on the rant of frustrated Congress, but I would definitely comment on the gentleman speaker representing the farmers. You see, we have come out with a legislation that does not say that APMC market will be taken away. It creates a parallel system whereby you give liberty to the farmers to sell their produce in any other market also, and the market which is good for them, they will go and sell and get best prices. And the gentleman also knows that only about 30% of paddy or say wheat is procured under MSP. 70% is purchased by the market. It's not that everything is, we are aware of that. But MSP is given because if the farmers feel that their crop nobody is lifting and they need to come to the government is giving an assurance that this is the minimum at which we buy. And you have seen that the MSP for Rabi crops, 6 Rabi crops have been enhanced. The MSP has been announced in September by this government. It shows that MSP is going to stay. MSP is not an issue at all. So why to bring the issue of MSP in this controversy? We don't understand. We can discuss about the benefits of the law. We have explained many times, and the Prime Minister of this country, Rajnath Singh ji, who is the Defense Minister and who identifies with farmers, Mr. Tomar, who is the Agriculture Minister, everybody has reiterated. Our party president said that MSP will not be taken away. MSP is going to continue. In
but
that
isn't
context,
that
what is the reason to...
But Mr. Verma, that is exactly the clarification that Mr. Saha gave in the beginning. Okay, no, Mr. Verma. Fair enough, Mr. Verma, but that is the clarification that Mr. Saha gave in the beginning, that it is really not about the MSP in terms of the government not taking it away. Mr. Saha, do you want to step in on that?
Yeah. MSP has always been there on paper. Farmers are not getting MSP and farmers are seeking a law. You see, why have these laws been made? I'm sure the BJP spokesperson will agree that there was a demand from the farmers which is being answered by the law. Commonsensically, that demand should be answered by these laws. These laws do not answer that demand. And the demand is make MSP a legal guarantee. And the problem why it can't be made a legal guarantee by the BJP is because in the Supreme Court affidavit of 2015, February, they have put it down in black and white that guaranteeing MSP will distort markets. So this is a government and an organization that believes in market dynamics and the farmers do not. So this is the chasm that exists between the government and the farmers. We are not ready to accept market dynamics as the basis of our economic life. We've suffered for too long. And the government needs to look at that and understand.
All right, Mr. Saha.
If you don't understand what your largest vote bank is asking for, then you are not doing very good politics.
All right, Mr. Saha, I want to ask you a quick question. So what happens now? Because it's nightfall. Tomorrow, does that agitation start again? Are you still going to make all the farm unions going to make their way into Delhi tomorrow again? Does it continue?
The farmers?
Yes, sir. The farmers?
The farmers are determined to come into Delhi to register and lodge their protest. It's their capital. It's every Indian's capital city.
All right.
The
So
Haryana government has done wrong by stopping them. I hope they stop it from tomorrow.
all right. So we're going to pretty much being set up to see similar scenes tomorrow as well. It looks like that at least. Adil
The
Singh
farmers
Bopara-
have nowhere to go back to. The
Right.
farmers have nowhere to go back to. The future is in front of them, not behind them.
All right, sir. Well said there. But I want to bring in Adil Singh Bopara. Adil Singh Bopara, your party today stands accused of infiltrating this movement with your people and resorting to arson.
Not at all.
That's a baseless charge, Preeti. The Congress party is the party of farmers. The Bharatiya Janata Party is a party of Adanis and Ambanis, but we genuinely associate ourselves with the farmers. Whether it was the White Revolution, whether it was the Green Revolution, the Congress party has always remained at the forefront of the farmers. Let's not forget the debt waiver of 2008. But coming to the merits of this law, and I also want to remind my friend from the Bharatiya Janata Party, in any civilized democracy, you first discuss, you consult stakeholders, and then you bring out a law. Don't bring out a law and then say, okay, we will consult you. It doesn't work like this. It works in oligarchic countries and autocratic countries, but not in a constitutional democracy. But coming to the merits of this law, when you allow private yards to be set up and when you allow these corporate companies to enter the agriculture market, they have deep coffers. And at the same time, the Shanta Kumar Committee recommendation, it's clear that the government of India wants to withdraw from public procurement. So once you have that situation arising, you will see that the MSP will become a dead letter. And what are the farmers saying? Let's go by what Mr. Modi has said, that the MSP will not go. If that is the case, why don't you put in a clause that there'll be no sale transaction
All right. Can I
below
bring
the
in-
MSP
okay.
in any yard?
Okay, Mr.
Outside
Verma,
the APM.
a quick response,
Why
sir.
is the
Do come in.
party
Yeah,
running away from
you
such
see-
problem?
Okay.
You see,
Adil, Mr.
Preeti,
Verma, yes. A quick response and then I'll close the show. Yes.
Preeti, MSP was never an issue. We are committed to make farming more lucrative, and everything is being done to that respect. When
But
we
Mr. Verma,
guarantee an
this is
MSP,
rhetorical. No.
it's
They
not
give away
rhetorical.
the
You see,
Adani.
you have seen that MSP goes on increasing, and MSP means that if the farmer wants
Okay.
and comes to the government and says that buy my produce, the produce will have to be bought,
Okay.
isn't it? So it is the basis, basically the farmers,
That is why
how they want to sell their
The real
produce.
income of farmers
Why do you
has
want to
dropped
stop
in
them?
the
This is
Okay,
the
sir.
issue.
All right.
They have the
Gentlemen,
markets. They will get
Gentlemen, I
remunerated
need to
price.
close. I
And
need
it's
to
not
close
that any-
this bulletin. I'm afraid. I know the debate continues, and it will. We're doing it again at 9 p.m. there, but we're going to close this bulletin right here. But the fact is, what we do know tomorrow, well, the borders of Delhi are poised for another confrontation. The farmers who've reached some of those borders are camping right there, and the agitation will continue to come into the national capital to register their protest. A plausible question being asked by them: why this COVID hypocrisy? If COVID or the pandemic is the reason to stop them, many political rallies have taken place. They want to protest peacefully. Why not allow them? We leave it for our viewers to decide which side of the divide they stand on. Thank you for joining us. Up next is Shivadur. Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.